Okay, we're going to tell you our story today about getting to Soaring and what we've learned so far along the way.
What I will do is autocorrect as we go along if there are any hiccups.
So my name is Tracey Munro, and we joined Forever back in May 2013. And the reason that we joined was because about 4 years ago we used to have a hair and beauty salon. I was finding it really difficult. Chris was working away at the time, so I was finding it hard juggling with the kids, trying to pay the rent, the overheads, the staff and the wages. So I decided instead to invest into an online travel agency. It cost us £12,000 at the time. We were asked to take a look at Forever 4 years ago, and we never even gave it a thought. We just kept ignoring Natalie all the time. We thought that the travel agency was going to be the answer to all our dreams, and we were going to make a fortune from it. Unfortunately, like Bob said earlier, having a franchise is not all what it seems to be. We paid hundreds of pounds back every month to the franchise company and for every holiday. We couldn't beat low-cost airlines, so sometimes we were coming out some months with absolutely nothing, some months £50. But luckily for us, we were asked again back in May 2013 to take another look at the opportunity. The reason we looked was because Natalie was going to Hawaii with the company, and she was asking for prices of travel excursions. And she said there was an online BP that evening, and the only reason I looked was because she was a customer, just to keep her happy. So I did take a look, and when I got to the marketing plan, that's when my ears picked up and I could see it straight away, and I just knew I had to join. And the last year has been absolutely incredible.
My background is in telecommunications. Really, I should introduce myself. My name is Chris Munro, and I used to be a fibre optic engineer working away from home for anything up to 3 weeks at a time. So I missed really important dates. I missed my kids' birthdays, sports days, anniversaries, but that actually saved me a little bit of money, to be honest with you. But you've got to do what you got to do in the real world to put a roof over your head and to put food on the table. And there's millions of people who are struggling on a daily basis, just waiting to hear what we have to offer. All we've got to do is go out there and share with them what we actually do. And it's really a unique opportunity for everybody.
Okay, so in the last year, since we started Forever, in our first year we made Soaring managers. Within 7 months we made Eagle manager. Chairman's bonus as well in our first year, level 1, but we've now reached level 1+1. Global Rally 2,500. Car plans level 1, 2 and 3, and 100 club as well. So today we picked up our iPad. So for me, having a why is really important because that's what drives your business. So when I joined, I had a really strong why to start. My whys, like many people, is my family, who mean the world to me. I had a really amazing upbringing as well. So I lived in Zambia when I was younger, but my parents were able to take us around the world, me and my brother. So we went to a lot of different countries and different things. And this is what I want to do for my children as well, for Ella and Dylan. I want them to come out of university debt-free, pay for their weddings, help with deposits on their first homes, just like my parents done for me as well. My other why is success. I've always wanted to be extremely successful at something. I've tried so many businesses. My first was when I was 18. I wanted to open a shop. I wasn't really good at anything, so the only thing I was good at was shoes. So I opened a shoe shop. Unfortunately, I was young and I wanted to have a bit of fun, so I wasn't that business-minded. So 6 months later, we sold the salon and went to Spain to live with actually my friend who's here today. She made supervisor. So we went to Spain to live then. A few years later after that, my mum and dad bought a small hotel in Swansea. So me and my friend, we ran that for a few years, and that's where I met my lovely husband. I was his landlady.
I was a contractor having a bit of free breakfast.
I thought you liked me.
I did love you. I still do. I mean...
and as we like to do things quickly, we got married after 6 months of meeting. A few years later, we had a family, so Ella, and then 2 years later I had my little boy, Dylan. That's when I knew then that I really needed to make my family's future secure, so I needed to start another business and try and make a secure future for us. So we did. We opened a gorgeous salon. It was 3 floors of hair and beauty and sunbeds. Borrowed the money from Bank of Keith again, my dad. It was absolutely gorgeous, but 6 months into the business, my little girl was 2.5 and she developed type 1 diabetes. I always fill up with that bit.
What you said
She's
going to kill me afterwards, it's okay.
She developed type 1 diabetes. She was just 2 years old at the time, and that absolutely blew our world apart. So it was daily injections, living by the clock. So I couldn't put all my all into the business. So about a year later then, we ended up going bankrupt from that salon. A few years later, then I started working just part-time in a few different offices, just 1 or 2 days a week. And then, like I like to jump into everything, we've seen another salon for sale. So back to Bank of Keith. We opened the salon. Then, and that was the story, then we found it really difficult trying to make ends meet, so that's when we sold up again. And that's my why.
You've heard it all through today that it's really important, really key to build a strong why. It's what's going to drive you through the tough times, because it is a business, it is your own enterprise, and you will face tough times like everybody who you've seen who's successful on the stage. So by having an emotional attachment, having your why is the fuel to drive you through the tough times. I too share the same why as my wife, although we are doing it for ourselves, and obviously we get into it for the money initially, but money's not everything. It's right up there with oxygen, to be honest with you. And what money can actually give you is life choices, and that's what this opportunity is about. I want to give my children the life experiences that I never had and that Tracey did have. You know, I brought up in a council house, not much money, hand-me-downs, and there's a lot of people who go through that, and that's fine, because, you know, it did me no harm. But I want my children to experience safaris, to go around the world while they're children. To build those memories for the children is quite unique and quite special. They're only children for a very short time, so why not? Why not go out there and spoil them? To put them through uni, debt-free, to help them with their first car, you know, to help them put a deposit on the house. Don't get me wrong, they will be building their own forever business as well while they're in uni. They're not going to sponge off their lives, to be honest with you. And also to help them, you know, pay for weddings. And if my daughter has any taste like my wife, that's going to cost an absolute fortune. So, yeah, a strong why is really key and really important.
Okay, so we joined Forever. Well, I joined Forever. Back in May 2013. I joined in mid-May, and Natalie came to Swansea to do a product launch for me. But what excited me the most was the business presentation. So I loved the products, but I didn't want to show those first. I wanted to show the business opportunity to people. So I phoned a few friends, contacted them on Facebook and put some ads out. I didn't know what it was, didn't have a clue. All I said was just come around because you can earn an absolute fortune from this. Natalie showed the business presentation that day on the TV, and 5 people out of the 6 that came joined my team. They all had their kits, about their NDP packs, about a week later. So we had about a week to make sure that they got their 4 to 5 case credits in, and they did. So we reached supervisor within our first 2 weeks of joining. June. Then in June, I'd done as much training as I possibly could. I couldn't afford to go to trainings, but I did borrow the money from my dad for the petrol and the tickets, because I was told in the beginning that if I be like a sponge, soak everything up and go to as many trainings as I can, then you're going to be more successful. I even remember the first training I went to with Jeanette and Hugh, and I didn't take any money with me at all, so I didn't even buy a cup of coffee that day. And coming back on the motorway, I ran out of petrol, but I was determined to get as many trainings as I could in. We went to our first success day as well in June, so I was on stage for supervisor position. That was absolutely incredible. Going to Success Day absolutely blew my mind. Seeing all those successful people, Jane, Dr. Afton, Louise Riley, it was just absolutely amazing.
It really was, and I didn't really realise. I always supported Tracey. Success Day, did I want to go? Not really, but she dragged me along, and it was our first Success Day that made me realise about the opportunity that we had in our hands, that we all have in our hands, and how life-changing it can really be. We love everything about Success Day. We love the buzz, the atmosphere. The friends you meet are going to be friends for life, because you're going to be going on holidays with them, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. And just watching everybody succeed and hearing the different backgrounds from people and what it's done for them. I really think if Forever could bottle what they create within a success day, it will be one of their best-selling products. Make no excuses. Yes, Tracey, you did build our business early on, and I thank you for that. And Tracey could have made every excuse under the sun, for this not to happen and not to work for us. I was away, so she was at home with 2 children, one with diabetes, which can be very demanding. And what a lot of people don't understand is that she was still running that travel agency franchise full-time alongside her Forever business. But what she actually did was got up earlier, went to bed later. So what you achieved is really incredible, and I thank you very much for that.
You better. Okay, so I never had any doubt in my mind either. Like Jane always says, that doubt is a dream killer. So never have any doubt that you can't do anything. So that month then, 6 weeks after joining, that's when I made assistant manager. Oh, sorry, gone past the slide, Chris.
My fault, I clicked too early. Sorry.
That's when I made assistant manager that time as well. And I didn't even know what other people were doing. So when I first joined Forever, I didn't know if they were getting to manager in 2 weeks, in 6 weeks, 2 months. I didn't have a clue. All I knew was that in my first planning, Natalie said to me, how much do you want to be earning in 18 months' time? And I said £2,000 would be perfect, because I'd never earned that in my life. And when she said, well, if you reach manager, that's what you could be earning. So that's where I thought that was my job, just go for manager. So in July, I had a real clear goal. Wrong slide, wrong thing. In July, I had a real clear goal. I had it in place, and I knew that I wanted to reach manager by the 2nd week of July, before Success Day to be recognised. So I had less than 2 weeks to do it. And as we did it, instead of doing 60 case credits to reach manager, we did 107 case credits. So it was just under 8 weeks to the manager position. I never had no doubt at all. I knew what I could do it, and I really wanted to go for it. I didn't quite understand what planning was and volume mapping, and it was all just built on lots of activity and loads of excitement. This was my first time on stage as well with Natalie, was in July. I never ever thought I'd speak in front of people before. Jeanette in Hugh again was absolutely amazing, teaching me public speaking, and that absolutely brought me out of my comfort zone. And as soon as I went off the stage, just wanted to do it again and again.
Actually, Tracey, believe it or not, coming from the valleys in Wales, was actually a shy person. It's not true what they say about valley people. And I actually had a conversation with her dad, and he said, I fully support you, I back you in what you're doing, your new venture. I can't see it working for Tracey, because she wouldn't speak to anybody, and he understood the concept that you had to share this opportunity with your friends and family, and with strangers as well. So he's absolutely blown away and fully supports us. And yes, Hugh and Jeanette, thank you for your support. They have helped us with personal speaking, and they are the most successful and the best looking ADDs in the room.
Okay, so do you want to click it, Chris?
Sorry.
So visualising the outcome. I've always visualised, so like when I went to the salons, I visualised exactly what they were going to be like. I could see myself in them. And then when I joined Forever, I realised how important it is to visualise. So I've always visualised the outcome, seeing myself on stage, getting recognised, which makes me work even harder to get to my targets. I remember one of Jane's training sessions saying to make a 5-year visualisation plan. See the house that you're in 5 years' time as if you're sitting in it, exactly how it is. And every step of the way, and make those dreams become a reality.
I also remember Jane saying that doubt is a killer. It will stop you in your tracks. So you really need to have full belief in the products, which is really easy because they are world-class, fantastic products. You also need to have true belief in the Forever marketing plan. It's a proven model. There's millionaires within this room and all around the world on the back of working the very simple Forever plan. And if one can do it, why can't everybody do it? You also really need to banish that doubt from in your mind and truly believe in yourself, because you can do it. Nobody's any different in this room. Everybody starts at the beginning with their MTP pack and just goes out, follow a simple plan and build an amazing business.
So these are my inspirations since I joined, when I first joined Forever. My very first planning meeting with Natalie was in a little coffee shop in Monmouth. And Jane Leach walked in, and I just thought she was a distributor. I didn't know who she was. And she said to me, I remember her saying that if I put everything into my Forever business, what I put into my travel agency, then I could do really well with Forever. So when she left, Natalie pointed to her Porsche outside the window and said, that's Jane's Porsche, and she's earning a fortune. So I thought, oh, right, okay. So I come out of the planning meeting, phoned Chris, and I said, oh, I think I've done the wrong thing. I think they're all telling fibs. I said, Natalie's saying this lady's earning a fortune. And so I went home, then that's when I Googled all the diamond managers in the world then, Rolf Kip and Katrin Bardry. I became totally obsessed with diamond managers. The other thing that inspired me as well was that Forever Incentives book that's in your pack. When I took that home and read that, I thought that if I date every single thing in that book for 1 year, then I'll really go for them and achieve them. And within 1 year, we've crossed off and ticked off nearly every single thing in the Forever Incentives book. So it's... Then in August, my gorgeous friend Melissa Buckley became manager. This was even better than going manager myself, seeing a team member going for it, especially a good friend like Mel. She was my very first team member. So in my launch that day when Natalie came down, I don't think it was even halfway through the presentation and she got her credit card out. She was my very first team member, my very first manager, and today she was on stage for senior manager. So we're just incredibly proud of Mel and absolutely love working with her as well.
That leads us to our second managers, our lovely friends Chris and Kath Thayer. I actually used to work with them. It's got to be getting on for 14 years now. And these two were on our list of 100 people that you make out at the very beginning. But we didn't ask them because we prejudged that they wouldn't be interested in this opportunity. They had their own call centre, drove lovely cars, had a lovely house, and everything on the surface looked really rosy. We thought, nah, they won't be interested in this. We were too shy and too scared to ask them. Luckily for us, they asked us to pop round for a barbecue and started asking questions about this opportunity, but we still didn't tell them about Forever. And at the end of it, they actually said, so how do we join your team? If only everybody joined like that, hey? And, you know, we got in our car around the corner and we went, yes, as everybody does. And they joined our team. And from there, we didn't understand that underneath all that rosiness, they were actually struggling and they were looking for an opportunity, just like Forever, to give them the lifestyle that they wanted. And they're building a fantastic business. Within the first year, they've achieved so much, including chairman's bonus. And they don't understand how good that is. So they are absolutely incredible.
They are just truly amazing. Really glad that we work with those. So the months of November, Kath went manager and we went senior manager. And what we've learned from that is to never ever judge anyone. You never know if people are struggling behind closed doors and you don't know who needs this opportunity. So ask everyone and give everyone that chance.
November, well actually Car Plan was a strange one. We had it on our Tracey had it on her dream board for October and she didn't hit it. What was you doing? But, you know, what we did, it didn't let us bother us. We actually went down to the Range Rover garage to take pictures, to have a test drive, to visualise ourselves with the car so we could go and achieve it. But as you've heard in the past, we like to just go out and do things. So we actually put a deposit on the car there and then and ordered it. That was a lot of pressure on November, I have to admit. But what we actually did was go out and achieve Car Plan in November, which was really incredible. I'm not saying everybody, please don't go out and order a brand new car right now. Okay, but that's what we did and it worked for us.
So that's why if you don't reach your goal 1 month, then keep on going for it. It doesn't matter because it's always going to be there and you will reach it one day.
Where am I? Eagle Manager. We've achieved Eagle Manager, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're so excited to go along to California. It's not just a free holiday, though. It's being able to share this experience with great friends that we've met along the way within Forever. And I truly cannot wait. And there's a 70s disco there, and I can wear hair, which I haven't had hair since I was 11. And that's what Forever does. It builds memories. You know, it creates long time memories and lifelong friends.
Yep. So in March, we reached level 2 Car Plan. And then in April, we reached level 3 car plan, and we also picked up our gorgeous Range Rover Evoque, and we never ever thought that we'd be driving a Range Rover. And then in April, we broke our 3rd manager, who was Rose Craddock. We also reached car plan level 3 in April and 100 Club level 1. And this is when the momentum started really going within the team. Then in May, our first year after joining, we reached Soaring managers with, I'll show you the names next on the next slide. I've gone a bit fast. We reached Soaring managers. We also reached Chairman's Bonus level 1. Since then, we've reached Chairman's Bonus level 1+1 and should get level 1+2. We've also, in our first year, we've done Global Rally 1,500, and we've just done now 2,500 case credits as well. So these are my managers that I went soaring with. So my first one was Melissa Buckley, then it was Kath that we talked about, Rose Craddock, and then there was Zoe Perry. Zoe is just incredible with what she's doing with her team as well. And Emma Whitley was my 5th manager.
So thanks for this amazing opportunity. We've been able to spoil ourselves and our family as well. Tracey's mum and dad purchased a holiday home in Wales for us and their family about 7 years ago now. So what we've been able to do this year is go out, buy a brand new one, move it next to the beach. And that's exactly where we spent the summer with the children when they're on holidays as well. So through August, I was actually skimboarding on the beach, and it was the best month we ever had. So, this opportunity is truly remarkable. And to be able to cruise around in a Range Rover, people like us don't really cruise around in Range Rovers. We really don't. But this opportunity can give you that as well. We're also in the process of going through upgrading our house. It's a lovely house, but it's not our dream house. Our actual dream and goals are to go out and build our own house to what we want. And I've been able to sack my boss as well, which is truly incredible. I'm not too sure Tracey likes that anymore, to be honest with you. I think I under her skin a little bit over these last 6 months. But we're still talking, so it's okay. And to be able to share all these things with our family, and like I say, to spend the whole summer holidays with the children, is building memories for those, for the children and for us as well.
So, like the last year, our life has changed absolutely completely. We are now able to tick things off one by one in our dream book as well. Things that would never have been possible before joining Forever. In fact, but when we started it just over a year ago, I think we were just getting such a rut with everything as well. We couldn't afford to go out for meals, so it's given us an incredible 6-figure income as well, which is crazy. So what we've learned along the way as well is to set clear goals and clear dates. We've realised that goals are really, really important in this business, and that's what we've learned along the way.
Also, to let go of the outcome. We see people who have asked their friends, sisters, aunties, dog, and the dog said no, and it's like, end of the world. You got to get used to having the no's, because the more no's you have, the closer you are to a yes. And when you actually approach people and share with them the opportunity that we have, don't go in there going for a yes, because you will look desperate. I know it's very easy not to do that in the early stages. I know everyone's chasing case credits and want recruits on the team, but if you really let go of the outcome and just go in there to share this opportunity, you'll find your team will grow massively.
Another tip I think as well for people who are already managers is try and requalify for manager again every 3 months. So that's what I've done since I went manager. Every 3 months I get all brand new business, build a brand new team, so I've got new people coming through all the time. I also do it the 1st of January, so I've got all my new business ready for Chairman's Bonus, so that was done by February, and again in May for Eagle. So that's a really good tip, I think, as well along the way, is just pretending to re-qualify for manager over and over again and keep on building your business.
One thing I did forget to say about let go of the outcome, if it is a no, it's always a no, not now. It took us 3 years to say yes, and we lied to Natalie for 3 years non-stop. So always remember that those people who say no today will probably say yes tomorrow. Your why, we've already touched on this, and you hear it all the time on success days. It's really key to have that strong why. It is the thing that's going to drive you through the tough times. It is your fuel, your motivation. So if you haven't got a strong why, I suggest you go home this evening and really have a think of why you're actually doing this.
Like Chris said earlier as well, make no excuses. If you want something bad enough, you'll do absolutely everything to go out and get what you want.
And truly believe. I've already said it, truly believe in forever, because it can give you absolutely everything and more that you want in your life and in your family's life. Truly believe in yourself. And if you're growing a team, it's really important to instill that belief in your team members, because not everybody are a go-getter and will go out and smash it. A lot of people need mentoring. They need your belief. You need to instill your belief in them until they believe in themselves. So really, truly go out there and just smash it at the end of the day.
Yeah, and this is a little quote that I absolutely love.
Sorry, can we go back one, please?
He's rubbish with this, really.
I am rubbish.
No, it's not going back, is it? Yeah. People are free to make mistakes and never criticise them. Never, ever make people scared of making mistakes, or they'll never learn or never grow. I'm still making mistakes, and I probably will 30, 40 years down the line. Actually, this was Chris's little saying, but I've added my name to it because I'm the boss. Yeah, so spend more time criticising your team. No. Spend more time praising your team than criticising them. Praise them for every little thing they do. If they do one case credit, say they've done absolutely amazing, and then the week after they'll do another case credit, so keep on believing in your team as well.
But guys, you don't need to be a genius to be successful in Fair. You really don't.
So that's it. You've got only 3 choices in life: give up, give in, or give it all you've got. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to our story.
Thank you.